fan-made content for this Premier League season.
Bringing that real fan experience.
Want to see some crazy?
Wherever you are in the world,
bringing you the latest opinions
and fan reactions.
Back again.
Welcome to FanPark Live.
Brand new shows every week.
UFF are going hard this year, you know. So make sure you lock in. Come on!
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go. Hello and welcome back to FanPark Live. The two most maligned men in the Arsenal squad, Granit Xhaka and Mirza Ozil, bang the goals in to get Unai Emery another victory in his early leadership. And my managerial struggles at Arsenal, they beat Newcastle 2-1 away from home. We want to hear from Gooners, we want to hear from the Geordies, and of course neutrals out there, because there's been many other games going on this afternoon as well. Joined again by Adam Charles, who is a Gooner, of course.
He is.
From the Fifth Official.
Hello.
And the main man in the glasses.
Trust me.
It's not Ray Charles. It's not Stevie Wonder. It is Have Hope.
Thank you.
How are we all?
Good.
What was that? Is that your Stevie Wonder?
yeah.
Well, gentlemen, like, look, we'll talk Arsenal first of all. They pick up the points today. Were you convinced with their performance, Adam?
No. It's still a work in progress. There's still a lot to improve on. However, we got the result, and clearly the boys are listening to the manager, because the two performances that I saw in the first half and the second half were completely different. And we came out of the blocks and we did what we had to do in the second half. So it clearly shows me that Unai Emery is having an influence on the players.
And on that one big question we want to ask the viewers out there, and I'm going to ask you first, is that a massive amount to do with Torreira? And if so, why is that young boy not starting games yet?
I mean, we had the same kind of discussion in the Liverpool game. Maybe he's trying to ease him into the Premier League, because we can clearly see that he's got quality. But also, I think it's a matter of him not necessarily knowing what the best team is just yet. Because Guendouzi does look nice, but perhaps he's a little bit inexperienced.
But then what about that whole summer? Sorry, you pre-season and so forth, you should already have an idea of what your best team is. Of course,
really. you should have an idea, but it's completely different when you're trying to fight against real teams. So yes, while I'm sure he tinkered and did what he had to do during pre-season, when it comes to the actual games and there's 3 points on the line, your job is on the line, your reputation, you can't afford to be tinkering and making mistakes. So I think he knows that Ramsey, Xhaka, Guendouzi is a decent fit, and he's just probably trying to find out where Torreira fits into that template.
Ian here, Ian Hibbert says 3 away wins is amazing in my eyes. And for Arsenal, considering how poor that away form was at the back end.
Wait, so did they win an away game last season?
I don't think they won an away game after Christmas.
Nah, I think we got like a point. I think we did win one in the end. We got like
3 points. It was awful.
Yeah. It was like 3 points in the whole of 2018.
So I think Ian here, he's commenting, he's watching via Arsenal Fan TV, and I think he's absolutely right. And look, for me, Unai Emery, the job on his hands is
it's a process,
mammoth, and it is a process. And we're starting to see, like today, I thought Arsenal looked comfortable.
Obviously,
the first time I've watched them under Unai Emery where they've looked in complete control from start to finish. Yes, Newcastle scored late on, but I thought Arsenal looked comfortable.
I mean, especially in the second half. I mean, like, I still think that they're going to come fourth. People call me crazy. I'm still putting Arsenal in fourth.
You do that.
Sorry for United. I'm putting United in sixth. Putting Tottenham in fifth. But I think they'll do it. I'm putting United in 6th place.
United in 6th.
I hope, my guy.
Hashtag United 6th. I'm getting it trending. Hashtag United 6th. So
for the Red Devils,
sorry,
666.
Because United are losing to today, so that's
they're going to lose today.
Yeah, 2-1. They're losing.
Remember, if you are watching on whatever platform you're watching this show, remember we are live after Watford versus Manchester United as well. We're live on the Ultimate Football Fan YouTube channel. We're live on my channel, the Football Terrace, as well, and of course the UFF app as well. So make sure you tune into that a little bit later. A comment here from somebody before we jump into the phone call says Torreira is a great player.
He is.
Would you say he's a great player already?
No.
Is great's
Very
a
good.
big statement.
Very good. Great.
Yeah,
Relax.
obviously you got to get behind your players in it, so there's probably a little bit of
Yeah,
bias there. But nah, he's very good. We saw what he can do at the World Cup. So
I mean, he's not going to be the next Vieira. That's not happening. But
let's not put titles on him just yet.
no, he's not being.
No, he's not going to be the next
Nah,
Vieira. He's gonna be the original Torreira.
Torreira, that's what he's
That's
gonna
what he's
be.
gonna be.
So let's not compare him. Let's not put little things on him yet.
That guy Welbs, like an original.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel Welbrick. Oh, that's
There we go.
But
We got calls ready.
What club was
Let's
he
get some
developed
calls
at,
on the
though?
air, gentlemen. Let's get some calls on the air. Let's do this. Arsenal fan on the way.
Bang bang anyway, gang.
Jeez. Hello, welcome to Fan Park Live. What's your name?
My name's Ahmed.
Ahmed, you're a Gooner.
Yeah, of course.
3 away victories this season.
Arsenal, of course.
Starting to see the green shoots of hope under Unai Emery. How happy and positive are you?
Oh, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Really?
Not much has changed. It's just like watching Arsene Wenger in his final
just
days.
got 3 points.
What are you talking about? Why? Explain. Actually, go on. Give us your rationale behind why you believe 9 points from 5 games is the same as Wenger's reign at the end.
Arsenal selection wasn't great.
Explain why. Go on.
No Torreira, Guendouzi again. Xhaka, Xhaka doesn't work. Took off Aubameyang, 66 minutes. No need for that. Once that happened, our attacking threat went. First half, nothing was going for us. It was awful to watch. It's like watching an Arsene Wenger side. We got lucky with a set piece. Game opened from there. It was one of those.
All right, okay.
Another day we lose that.
A couple of questions for you, and I'll let the boys afterwards. So, what's happening on Thursday with Arsenal? This coming Thursday. What's happening?
Europa League.
Cool. And then what's happening on the Sunday after that?
Everton at home, isn't it?
Yep. And then what's happening midweek after that game?
Brentford home.
And then what's happening the following weekend?
I think it's Leicester away.
Your knowledge is good.
Jeez,
My
that's
point,
fantastic.
no,
Good
and
on
I'm
you,
not trying to
fam.
catch him up. My point is there is lots and lots of games coming up for Arsenal. You were going to make substitutions like taking off some of your best players like Aubameyang because they have to remain fresh. He ain't going to play 90 minutes every single game, every single week. You need that rotation.
Exactly.
So
bro.
some of what you've said, I'm going to disagree with. The Guendouzi, Xhaka starting in midfield, I kind of get that one, but I do think you need to be much more positive than you are being. 3 away wins already this season. Look at your away run last year. How poor was that?
You have a point, but our standards that low now.
What standards that low that what we can't celebrate free away wins? Is that a low standard?
No. But I get what he's saying. Look, man. I
They
feel like.
win.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I grew up on Henry. I grew up on Perez. I grew up on Abu Diaby.
Yeah, so did I.
Is the Arsenal.
But this is
Standards have fallen.
we have to make the most of what we've got, bro. Like, you can't claim and cling on to these old things. We're not there anymore. This is not the same Arsenal.
Actually, I think it's 2 away wins, not 3 away wins, by the way. But
whatever.
anyway, it's still good.
away wins. It's more points than we had at like in the whole of 2018 or the last season. Anyway, so yeah, I don't understand. Like, we don't have Henry, we don't have Perez, we don't have Diaby, even though he was injured a lot of the time. So yeah, I don't really get what you want.
No, I'm quite happy. I'm actually quite happy. I'm feeling quite positive. I'm just saying we seem more pragmatic, but I'm not seeing enough changes. And it's been, 5 games now? I'd expect to see.
So you expect...
It's early.
So you expect in 5 games for Unai Emery to undo a quarter of a century of almost tyrannic control in the end from Arsene Wenger. You expect that within 5 games, do you?
Jerry, I'm going to be honest, I can't really see in the way we're playing what's too different. I just want to see a plan. I want to try and get what we're doing. I don't get it.
I think it's going to take time because I think like you have to take into account that when a new manager comes in, he needs like 2 or maybe even 3 transfer windows, you know, so he needs time to really bring it and implement his team. So I think that to really already after 5 games see a drastic change after a dude being at your club for 20 years is crazy. 20 years is a long time. Look at David Moyes and Man United. It takes time to take away 20 years of a guy being in all aspects of a football club and then imprint your own style.
Absolutely. Listen, but appreciate the call though, mate. Thank you.
Wait.
Oh, I was going to say, sorry, I didn't know.
think that says more about Arsene Wenger anyway, and his lack of identity rather than Unai Emery's, to be honest.
Yeah,
but,
just so everyone knows, yeah, it's not 3 away wins. It was indeed 2. Apologies for that. I read something that it said 3 wins, and I just put away wins in. And that's my mistake. I do apologise. But the sentiment's still there. It's still 2 away wins from the 3 that you've played. That's still not bad. And the away defeat was at Chelsea.
Oh, no,
you can't be too disappointed with that.
But I think the point I was making is that it's just so unfortunate that standards have fallen so low for Arsenal now, because I remember like Arsenal were like invincibles, always going for the title, always trying to go for the Premier League, and from that to like let's now celebrate beating Newcastle, celebrate winning 2 away wins.
Yeah,
it's it's just unfortunate that standards have fallen.
I'm not sitting here asking Arsenal fans to start doing laps of honours. I'm not asking for them to start bring out a DVD. I'm simply stating there is green shoots of progress. They're winning games again.
Progress, I can't use that word yet. It's too early.
But there is though.
5 games, you can't say progress is. It's good so far. Progress is 15 games. Let's see where they're at.
How many away wins did we get?
Right
How many away wins did we get last season?
So all because you've already gotten more away wins.
That is literally progress.
Progress
is literally
progress. Where there is substantial improvement upon what you've done.
I can tell you why. Barring Ozil, I'm seeing an improvement again in Lacazette. I'm seeing the Arsenal players run more, challenge more, fight more as a collective. It's going to take time, but I have seen, as a neutral watching, so I don't have the same, I don't watch an Arsenal game with the same nerves. When a Gooner watches Arsenal, you've got nerves, you've got anxiety because it's your team. I watch as a complete neutral with no emotional attachment. I am seeing improvements from the behaviours. But you are talking about a man in Wenger who run this team, the individual players into the ground. There was no discipline. There was the fitness issues. There was tactical problems. And I think there have been very small green shoots of progress. And I think Arsenal fans should be far more positive.
I mean, no, for sure, no. I think I see like improvements and progress in 2 different ways. I think like progress is far more of a bigger margin than when I say improvement. There's definitely been improvements in how they're playing, Lacazette and Aubameyang combining, and I think the whole pressing game, and there's a lot more energy into what Arsenal are doing. But I think for progress, let us just see how much they look differently from what Wenger, because I agree with what the caller says. I'm not yet seeing that marked difference in what Wenger's done. But same to him as well, 5 games is too small a sample size.
I get that. Let's get some more calls on the air, please, gentlemen, if we can. Let's just do some back-to-back calls. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Ibrahim.
Hello, Ibrahim. Who do you support, mate?
I support Arsenal.
Good. Tell us your thoughts after another away victory.
It was actually pretty good. You know, I just wish we kept the clean sheet.
Man, like Ibrahim, of course.
Yeah. What was it you enjoyed about today's game?
Mesut Ozil, man. He was just really good.
Ozil.
In what way? He scored a goal.
Like it's not. He was just not lazy. Like he scored an absolutely great goal, and like he ran to get the ball from like when he lost it or when it was given away.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair dues.
I mean, like, okay, could I just ask, like, Ibrahim, do you still feel like if Ozil can still be a guy that helps to define and be the playmaker and linchpin for Arsenal? Because I think he's talented but overrated, and they should get rid of him in January or in the summer. Do you still believe in Ozil as your playmaker?
He is a playmaker, man. He's one of our best players on the pitch, and I definitely don't think we should get rid of him.
Oh, come on, let's not be dumb. Come on, guy, please. Of course, he's one of our best players. Like, let's not be silly.
So he's in the same category as Lacazette, Aubameyang.
For Arsenal, yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. I don't know what you're on about, man. He's really good.
What do you mean? Like,
the same Ozil that disappears in every single big game. I'm sorry, like, I don't know what people see.
No, but under a new manager, like, I think, like, since Unai Emery came in, I think he's been playing good every match.
Even forgetting all of that, let's talk about his talent. Talent alone, Ozil is an incredible football player.
I don't care about talent. What do you do on the pitch?
What do you mean you don't care about talent?
No. Talent is one thing, is how you utilize that talent. Charisma was one of the most talented football players of all time. Yeah. But he never realized it.
And now he's got a Euros 2016 to his name.
But he could have been far, far better. So, of course, Ozil is talented, but he does not utilize it enough consistently.
So Ibrahim and Adam, and of course Arsenal fans listening, are you with what you're saying about Ozil? I thought he was decent today, no doubt. But overall, when you say best player, are you happy with his performances against the other top 6 teams? And do you feel that a man who's paid £350,000 per week, do you believe that he grabs the majority of games he plays in by the scruff of the necks, controls and dictates? Ibrahim, do you think he does that?
the thing is, yeah, he needs right players around him.
So is that a no?
And when he does,
is that a no then? Is that a no?
no, it's not. It's a yes. He's a creative player that helps his team out. Without him, we lack creativity.
That's okay. All right. Listen.
It's just I wish that Mustafi played better, because if it was,
If
he could
Mustafi
play
played better,
then
Ozil would improve.
Chill. We're not about to do that. We're not
See,
about
like,
Ibrahim.
this is what really just pisses me
Don't
off.
even let them try rattle.
Excuses.
No, it's not-
It's
listen.
crazy. People will
Listen.
always find excuses for this guy. They will never call it as it is. It's like, oh no,
Listen,
this
Nah,
We'll call it as it is.
Ozil can play into any team in the Premier League right now.
Ozil could play for any team in the
Get
Premier
the
League.
hell
Yes,
out of
man.
here.
Look it off.
That
No.
is
Look
complete and utter
Nah,
rubbish.
Like,
Ozil
people
is not
they
sniffing
just
that
put the
Man
blame
City
on him
team.
every match.
Listen.
Whenever we lose.
Ibrahim, you've lost me at the end there, my
Nah,
friend.
yeah,
sorry,
that was
man.
like a really good date. It was going well, and then it turns out you got bad breath. Do you know what I mean? It's done. Take care. God bless.
You deflopped.
Listen.
A comment here. Someone actually, I've got to put that. Someone says this guy is legit wearing a Man United kit on Arsenal Fan TV. This is FanPark Live. Yes, we are on Arsenal Fan TV, but we go across multiple channels simultaneously, so it's sort of generic football based. So yeah, just in case you're a little bit offended, it's going to happen more and more. So there we go. We've got another Arsenal fan that's going to come on the line now. Any team in the league, Ozil. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Addy.
Hello, Addy. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal.
He's a gooner. Tell us what's on your mind. I mean, we just had a guy on here telling us that Ozil could play for any team in the Premier League. Do you agree with that?
I'm not really sure about that, but to be honest with you, I'm actually quite happy.
Cool. Okay, tell me about your team performance today. Were you infused with it? Are you seeing improvements under Unai Emery?
To be honest with you, I am, because if you look at last season, in 2018, we won one away game the whole season.
Of course.
And now we've won 2 in a row, and people expect so much from Emery so quick, but people need to give him the time and the chance to change things. There is defensive problems, but that's not his fault, because the previous manager left us in a big mess.
Yes. Don't even say his name. It's like Lord. It's like Lord Voldemort. It's like Lord Voldemort.
must
Don't
not
say
be
his
named.
name. The previous manager.
That's the new rule now for FanPark Live. We can't say
Don't
that
say his
name
name.
anymore. It's he who must not be named.
Yes.
That is
That's
disrespectful. That is very disrespectful.
Why?
Why?
Say the guy's name,
Nah,
man.
we're not saying his name.
After all those trophies,
Lift the curse.
It's
say
gone.
the guy's name,
It's
man.
gone.
Say
It's
the guy's
gone.
name.
Never saying his name on this show
That's
again.
right.
Wow. Okay.
But I will never disrespect the manager that was there. I loved him as a manager, as a guy. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him. I loved Arsene Wenger. I'm sorry, but I loved him. But I'm saying it takes time to change. After 22 years in charge of one manager, a new manager can't just change things in 5 games. It's going to take time. He needs new. He's not going to get the exact team he wants in one transfer window with only the budget of £70 million.
Who was your man of the match today?
Man of the match.
Starts with an X. Starts with an X.
It's difficult.
Starts with an X.
To be honest with you, I don't know who
Go on.
to pick as man of the match.
Go on. Get
I
off
don't
that
know who to
fence.
pick.
Get off that fence and give us the man of the match. Get off the fence.
Starts with an X. Brother,
Can I
what
say?
the-
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
Yes,
Or do you watch?
absolutely, I watched it.
Or do you watch it on
I'm gonna go for
teletext?
Socrates.
Who?
Socrates was my man of the match.
Socrates.
Yes, because if you look at it, a couple of times when our defence was mucking about, like Mustafi, Socrates was there clearing the ball, putting tackles in.
I can respect that. Okay.
Fair dues.
Okay,
Fair
Jackie.
dues. Listen, mate, I appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Take care. Take care.
I like Addy.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have gone for Socrates.
Who would you go for?
Me, I would have gone. The catalyst of change came in the second half, and I would go with Torreira.
Okay.
Granit Xhaka, actually, though, he actually played better when Torreira come on. His free kick was brilliant. Maybe he looks at it. Also, Lacazette was good today.
Lacazette is always good.
Forget
Let's
the
do
stats
it.
for a minute.
Let's
The
do it.
energy from Lacazette.
And just
Top boy.
his technique, ball control. Like, I think him and Aubameyang, if they click, I think that can be called on York.
The only thing is, I hate Aubameyang out wide. I get it, because really that means you'll probably have to play like a diamond in midfield. You get overrun the wing backs, but I don't like Aubameyang.
Oh, no, but I think what they should be doing is where Aubameyang pretty much stays in the middle and Lacazette is allowed to roam. Because Lacazette is a better, more accomplished player on the ball than Aubameyang.
Yeah.
So Lacazette should pretty much be like the kind of Dennis Bergkamp to Aubameyang's Henry. And if they can work on that on training, I don't think there's another strike partnership like that.
Tell
so
them.
it's like
not even Giroud and Morata. Peak, no.
Both of them can score goals. No, Giroud is just effective. These are two guys who can both play well and both score goals. Giroud doesn't score goals. He just helps other guys score goals. So.
Yeah, I get that completely. We really do. We've got another Gooner on the line. No Newcastle fans phoning up yet.
Forget them.
Get yourselves in the line.
What do they know?
Newcastle.
Hello, welcome to Fan... What was that? What was that? Welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Jermaine.
Hello, mate. Tell us about your boys today. Were you impressed with that performance? 2 away victories. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, by the way, and yes, I thought it was a good result overall. Like the first half, we didn't create too much. Second half, obviously, we improved. I think like the midfield partnership of Xhaka and like Torreira is like the perfect balance what we need. But I wanted to challenge like the points what like Mesut Ozil's not performing like the top 6 teams, and how I feel like he gets like the unfair criticism, in my opinion.
Speak it, Jermaine.
Because he's not the kind of player like a Ronaldo was going to take the game by scruff of the game. He's like the creator. So when people are looking towards him and thinking, oh, he needs to score goals here, he needs to take control of the game, it's an 11-man team, it's not fair to put all the burden on one man, if that makes sense.
Jermaine, that is fantastic.
No. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. I'm going to challenge you. First of all, no. Let me try and challenge you because no, I'm not going to let you get away from that.
Have hope is shook.
So this dude ends like 300,000 or something. He is the number 10. He is the playmaker. He is the creative man.
Okay.
You have to get on the ball and make things happen. I'm not asking for you to score goals. I'm asking for you to actually not.
And he does his job. He is like the Arsenal's most creative. He's Arsenal's leading assister. And even against the top 6 teams, like the distance he's covered is behind Aaron Ramsey. So when people say that Ozil is lazy, he's actually covering a lot of
Don't give me those stats.
In terms of like sprints, he's 4th Arsenal rank, and in distance covered within the 90 minutes, he's 9th in the whole team. And in terms of like creation, he scored all right.
No.
Alright, let me say this one last point, I've got this on Sky Sports, the stats. Mesut Ozil's record against the Premier League top 6 since 2013 and 2014, 31 appearances, he scored 5 goals and 8 assists. So he's not contributing against the big teams now.
Exactly, that's right. And hold on. Let me just add to that. Okay. The German playmaker is the only player in history to have topped the season assist in the Bundesliga, La Liga, and the Premier League. And what we're saying that Mesut Ozil isn't talented.
Who said he weren't talented?
You said
no one said he's not talented.
No one said that.
Nobody said that. I said that he's talented, but the dude disappears consistently in big games. In big games, when people are looking for him, this guy disappears, and he doesn't really look like he's ready to take the game.
Unfair. It's a team game. I think like Mesut Ozil gets a lot of criticism what's unfair. And like he's not going to be like a Messi or Ronaldo or like a Neymar what can change a game, because those are like those special categories like there. What's up there? Mesut Ozil does his job. He creates plenty of chances. He's still like one of the most chance creators. I feel like he gets a lot of unfair criticism, and I think like teams knows he's Arsenal's most creative player. So you're going to put a defensive midfielder on him. You're going to put 2 players on him. Obviously, tactically, if you're going to stop Arsenal, most of the time you've got to stop Mesut Ozil. So he's not going to wrestle through 2 defensive midfielders. He's not going to wrestle. I feel like he's got a lot of unfair criticism, basically. But
big up you,
mate. You're entitled to those opinions, but distance covered coming 9th is not something to write home about. Take care. Look, Ozil was one of those players to me. The stats, you can rate those stats off: 8 assists and 5 goals across 30-odd games.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's not overly great.
I think he said so. Yeah, distance covered in 90 minutes. He's 9th. I don't think he means in their first 11. By the way, I think he meant into the entire squad. So that's a 23-man squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense over the course of the season. But then, do you know what we said something earlier in the Spurs Liverpool game? We were like, Spurs had the most possession, but Liverpool had the best possession. It's like, okay, you covered the distance, but how much of that distance is him walking around? How much of that is him sprinting? How much of it is worthwhile?
How much of it is
I'll give you an example.
effective?
Have you seen people in the team before? And I'm just putting it out. This is not just Ozil. I've seen people like half-heartedly press. So they press a little bit and then they drop off. It's like you might sprint for like 10 meters towards someone to press, but you get there and then you're not really up for a battle, so you then drop off them. That's a wasted sprint. It'll count as a sprint on your stats. Also, we spoke recently about assists, and in the last 4 or 5 years, assists have changed in the Premier League. It used to be a cross, a first-time header or shot was an assist, or a through ball one touch or a first time shot was a goal. Now you can pass the ball to someone, they can take 3 touches, take a man on, shoot and score, and you still get the assist. So it's a lot easier now to generate assists than it was 5 years ago and beyond.
Don't give me stats, man.
Stats can pad things out. For me, look, I'm not attacking Ozil overly. All I'm saying is for me, he goes missing in those big games.
We are attacking him.
No, I'm not attacking him. I'm criticising an aspect of his game.
We're telling the truth. No, we're telling the truth. The fact is that he is talented, but he's a luxury player. And the more than Arsenal try to defend him and say, oh no, Ozil is fine, Arsenal are not going to go anywhere.
Do you know there's a man in this world who believes that Mesut Ozil is the elite and best number 10?
Who?
The manager of your club. So what, is he deluded?
Who, Jose Mourinho?
Yeah.
Who was also
is he deluded?
Who was also playing with in Real
Madrid?
No.
I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear
That's
caveats.
excuses.
I don't want to hear caveats.
Okay, I'll put that back to you. I don't think Jose's deluded, but on that basis, then are you sitting with me most weeks attacking after things Jose says? But now you're going to talk about him as being
Terry,
the gospel truth.
Don't
speaker.
do that. When have I ever sat here and attacked half the things that Mourinho said?
Loads.
Terry, don't do that.
So I now want to see you support everything Jose does.
I'm not going to.
So you're going to support it.
Hold on. First of all, I asked
you
you a simple question. I
didn't
say I was going to support everything.
So Jose can be wrong. You admit Jose can be wrong as well.
It can be wrong on occasion.
Could he be wrong? Could he be wrong on Ozil?
Nah, impossible. Impossible.
I think you've done yourself there again, Adam.
Nah, of course I haven't. Because the manager, like as I said, the guy has topped the assist charts in 3
boring.
Okay, fine.
Boring.
It's boring. Okay,
stats.
But if Pogba did it, then what would we be
saying?
Stats. If Hazard did it, what would we be saying?
Let the guys get some goals. Oh, it's like, oh no, Ozil.
Oh, so you can't
Ozil doesn't score. Ozil's not that kind of player.
So you're saying let him get
Ozil's not this. Ozil's not that. It's a guy a child.
Are you buzzing?
You just child.
You just said
let the guy score some flipping goals, man. Stop protecting this dude. The more you protect this dude, you will end up back in 8th or 9th.
You're not asking him to score goals, but you're saying let him score goals.
No, I'm saying that.
My brother, pick a lane.
No. He needs to score more goals because people say that goal scoring is not his thing. That's not his game. I said, what the hell? You're a flipping number 10. Improve your game, expand your game, get more assists, and actually get more goals. Put the ball in the flipping nets. Okay. Shoot for a minute.
Okay.
So come on.
Okay.
You defend too much.
Okay.
Way too much.
Okay.
Loving this chat. Give us a call 0203 606 0315. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Declan, hiya.
Hello, Declan. How you doing, mate?
Where's Ant?
I'm right, how are you?
I'm very, very well. Where's Ant? Who'd you support? Arsenal. Look, tell us your thoughts on today's game. Were you impressed?
Yeah, I was actually impressed. I thought Xhaka surprisingly played well.
Don't say surprisingly.
At the end, he did play well.
As all Arsenal fans will be surprised.
Absolutely. Where was the turning point for you today? Was it Torreira coming on? Was it simply a game of attrition? You had to grind Newcastle down. How did you pick up the victory, in your opinion?
I think the change where Torreira came on, I thought he really did actually change the game. I think it lifted the players' hopes and managed to get the goal.
Yeah, and look, where do you sit on this Ozil conversation? You know, scores his goal today. Have you been impressed with his output under Unai Emery thus far, 5 games into the season?
To be honest, I think he's done all right considering he had quite a bad end to the season last season. But you know, I think the fact that he's what's the word?
Good, talented,
luxury
German,
player,
Turkish,
passive.
German. Yeah, to be honest, no, I don't. I think he could be better. You know.
Thank you.
Declan,
he's done all right considering like what he did last season, but you know, there's so much room for improvement.
Thank you.
Where, Declan?
Yes, but,
where could he improve?
You know, he's a talented player, he really is, and he can do it. You know, he can.
He's got the eye of the tiger.
It's like he can't be bothered, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Can I ask you this question? So
this is your own fan.
This is an Arsenal fan.
That's because you've pressured him. This is peer pressure.
Declan, thank you. Declan, thank you. Speak the truth.
You've bullied this guy into saying something.
Convince this man next to me of the same thing. Thank you.
Declan, do you feel bullied into this?
Say yes.
Sorry?
Do you feel bullied into
Say yes or I'll bully you.
No, I agree with both of you, to be honest. I think that he's a brilliant player, but he can try better, to be honest, if you know what I mean.
I agree. Do you know the interesting point I would say here is, like, Torreira's come on as a sub for 5 Premier League games now. The impact he's had on games, I don't think it's quantifiable with stats. It's the energy, it's the enthusiasm and the heart that he brings in.
Football is a game of stats.
That's what I think.
Exactly. It's not American sports.
That's what I don't see with Ozil in terms of the impact Torreira's had. It isn't like you're saying he's come on and he's got 5 assists and he scored 2 goals and he 3 great passes that set the team away. It's more than that he brings to the fray. And for me, if that's not part of Ozil's makeup, I'm not going to criticise him for it. What I'm saying is Arsenal need a creative player that's also got that grit and determination amongst them if they're going to become an elite level team again, winning the very pinnacle trophies within football. And I don't think you can do it. Thank you for your call. Really do appreciate that. Bullied. He ain't bullied. He didn't get bullied into nothing. Let's do a few comments here from Arsenal Fan TV. This is Ozil is a great player. If the front duo get in form, everyone will see how wonderful a player Ozil is.
So it's dependent on all those to make Ozil great.
Well, it is a team sport, so there is an element of that I understand. But I go back to my point. I don't care about the stats and the goal scoring overly. For me, it's about what I see from you on that pitch.
It's just the eye test.
Yeah. Like today, we were watching when it went to 2-1. And Newcastle got the ball back, and Danny Welbeck came out onto the wing, chased the guy down, and put a slide tackle in, and put the ball out for a throw-in. That got a clap from you. Yeah. I want to now. If that's not part of Ozil's makeup, I'll respect that. But I think you need a man who's got that. I'm going to go in hard. I'm going to track back. We saw him as well earlier. Get barged off the ball in like a bit of a duel, and he just stops running because he ain't got no fight about him. That's where my criticism of him is. And if he can never develop that in himself, he isn't that kind of man. If he's too timid to do it. I think you need someone that has that.
We're going to question a man's manhood because he doesn't want to.
Not his manhood. I didn't question him as a man outside of football. I'm talking about him on the football pitch. I don't care about him as off the. I don't care what he. I don't care if he's a timid man that doesn't like confrontation off the pitch. It's what he does on the pitch that counts.
No. From me, I think like the narrative I'm hearing here is that Ozil needs certain players to really be good. Hence why I think in the current makeup that Arsenal are in right now, Ozil I think is a compromise. I think they need a much more active player to be within Arsenal. Because I agree with you. You put Ozil in PSG or Bayern Munich, he will look amazing. Because he's going to be creating for guys who are far better and will score. And it's going to be in a team that can actually keep possession of the ball. But Ozil in a team that is in transition, that has a lot of holes, a lot of weaknesses, and so forth, means that there's a lot more responsibility for him to make much more of an impact, which he can't do.
Holes or hose?
Holes.
What are you saying?
Please.
What?
You know,
what? We've got an Arsenal fan on the line.
In this Me Too era, man, I am pro-woman. Please, thank you.
You're pro-women? Okay. Me too.
Hashtag.
Me too. Let's get this caller on the line.
Hey.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Robbie.
Hello, Robbie. You Gooner, right?
Yeah. It's the owner of Arsenal.
Is this man like Robbie?
All right.
What do you want to say, mate? Go on. Sorry. What do you want to say?
That you're a nonce.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's harsh. Come on, man.
That was that kind of trolling is so. It's not even. Funny.
What is the point of a dictionary? All those words in a dictionary, and that is the only word you can choose. That. I mean, come on. Look, man, Oxford, man. There's no point in you printing dictionaries anymore. If guys are gonna insult your dictionary like this,
guy was like,
that word.
That you're a nonce. What a donut,
man.
If you're gonna troll, be a good troll. Like, we've got his number though, so I do have your number, sir. So
let's call him back.
I've got his number, so I'm gonna do a live stream on my channel later and put your number out on the internet.
Do it.
We used to say this little thing at school when like you got one over on someone. It was so, I don't know, it's a bit cringe really. It was like don't mess with the best till you pass your test. Done.
You know the maddest thing is we had that.
It's good. Yeah. Bear with and then it was like the reverse to it was like, now pass the test, so I'm gonna mess with the best. And it was like, you know, like we used to say that in the playground.
Little kids are so dumb sometimes.
I know. Oh, jeez. Anyway. We've got any more calls ready?
No, you're reading through some of the comments you said.
Oh, let's do some comments here. Hang on, let's go through some of these. If United lose, are we going to question Pogba's manhood on the pitch?
Oh.
I didn't question his manhood.
Terry, you slightly did.
I did not question the size of his penis.
That's
what a manhood is.
Is that really?
Yeah, your manhood. Yeah. That's your genitals.
No, sit down.
Where have I spoke about
you've never heard that term before?
Nah, yeah, I have, but like, is that what we're reducing manhood to?
But
oh, this guy is philosophical. From my point of view, it's like I'm not talking about his man. I'm talking about his fight on a football pitch. If you're going to twist my words, I'm not even going to debate this. I'm going to play the game. You know when it was your ball and you got knocked out of knockouts or something early, you took your ball home. That's what I'm going to do here because I didn't say that. We've got a Chelsea fan on the line.
All right, let's roll.
Let's see what Chelsea fans going to say.
Hazard is the best player in the Premier League.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Today, but I promise you.
Yes, Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. How you doing, mate?
Daniel, tell them about Hazard. Tell them about Hazard. Tell the world about Hazard. Please preach.
I mean, I will preach. I will get onto that. But you know what I want to talk about first, right? So there's two things that I hate in this generation, right? And first is Brexit, and the second is this stat-centric community that I'm in right now. I mean, let's be real right now, right? Everyone's talking so much about stats, but let's actually watch the game from the eyes and actually judge things on the eye test. People are talking about, oh, do this, do that. It's one game against Newcastle. Like, why is everyone going so over the top about this? This guy needs to actually perform on a consistent basis against the top teams and actually prove himself again. Because at one point, yes, this guy was one of the best number 10s in the world. Someone you can almost compare to a Bergkamp. But these levels are off of that at the moment. I mean, from the days of Madrid when he was actually dominating games and actually creating so many chances for Ronaldo and such, he hasn't been showing that at Arsenal. He's been far away from the levels that we expect from someone like Ozil. And then one game against Newcastle doesn't change that.
So when in his first season where he topped the assists, what does that not count for anything? Is that not him showing levels?
That counted for that. I think that was the season when Arsenal finished third behind Leicester and Tottenham. I think, so they finished second against behind Leicester in a two-horse race, which he wasn't actually involved in. And yes, I believe his.
When did Chelsea finish that season? Sorry.
Hey Dan. I just want to ask Danny a question. My point about Ozil is it's not that he doesn't at all perform good.
Danny, I just like to ask you a question.
Ozil being one of the best number 10s of this generation.
Oh,
he hasn't shown that kind of form on a consistent basis now.
All right. Where did Chelsea finish that season? I just forgot.
I believe he finished 10th, but then the season after he won the league. And the season before that, we also won the league. When's the last time Arsenal won the league?
And what Daniel's saying, though, like Ozil, that season had a great season, but that's years back. End of the day, that's years ago, and you know there was a time. There came a point where Rooney was past it at Manchester United. Are we going to re-sign? I don't know, Ruud van Nistelrooy at Man United because he did it once upon a time. There comes a point where a player is past his very, very best, and that may have happened for Ozil. So maybe keeping him and having this nostalgic view that he did it once upon a time.
Compromise.
He was a great player 5 years ago. What's that got to do with today? End of the day, let's change the sport. David Hay, in his heyday, would have sparked Tony Bellew. But by the time he fought him, he'd lost his punch power, he lost his punch resistance, and his body failed him. And maybe Ozil's at that stage of his career where he just isn't good enough for an elite level club anymore.
But yeah, we can't get happy at the fact that he performed against Newcastle. So I get that it needs to be done on a consistent basis.
You can't get carried away.
Okay, which I don't think anybody has, because as we've all said...
No, someone said called him great. Someone called Ozil great.
Someone said that he can get to every single team in the Premier League. Where does he fit in Man City? Where does he fit in Chelsea? No, I'm sorry, this guy's not that great. Like, he's not the levels that people are assuming he is. I mean, maybe he has that ability in him, yes, but he hasn't shown it over the last 2-3 years consistently now, and that's a shame for someone that I used to rate and actually enjoy watching. But right now, I don't really get that enjoyment of watching Arsenal and thinking, I'm going to watch Ozil today. No, I think maybe more Aubameyang or maybe more the calamitous defending. But I don't really think, I'm going to watch Ozil today. He's going to be amazing. He's going to amaze me. No,
I agree.
He may be performing once every 4 games now, and that's something that is not what you should expect from a World Cup winner. Someone who once was the best number 10 in the world.
Do you know what? Completely agree with you, Daniel. Thank you very much for your call, mate.
Wait 1 second. You can't even before I even talk about Chelsea here, bro.
We normally give people like 3 minutes. We'll give you more than 3 minutes, though. Fire away, Daniel.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. On Chelsea, one thing I do want to say, right, is, okay, it was an amazing performance. Hazard scored a hat-trick. We know he's the best player in the league. We all know that. One thing that almost concerns me that I know it's going to hold us back this season is there was a moment in the second half where Hazard turned 3 players in the box, chips it to Pedro, and then Pedro squares it, and that's where our striker needs to be to score the goal. And that's going to be our problem this season, actually scoring enough goals, and that's where I feel like it may hold us back in certain games. But, I mean, as for who I potentially fear this season, I fear nobody. I feel like we can win the league, and it's going to be down to the amount of goals we score. But do I fear Arsenal? No, they're going to probably finish 7th. Do I fear United? No, they're going through a crisis, let's be real. It's going to be a tougher they even finish top 4. Tottenham, no, they're bottle jobs. Liverpool, do they have the staying power to go and actually win the league? it's yet to be seen in the 21st century. And Man City, they're going to be a problem season, but we'll slow wait and see what Man City do, because as we know, it's hard to retain this Premier League, especially since United days when they were very dominant. So I'm very confident for Chelsea's possibilities.
Do you know what, Daniel? Appreciate your opinions, mate. Thank you as ever for calling in. Man United just kicked off against Watford. They're in all pink. They look like flamingos. They literally look. Oh, go on. Sorry. Anyway, I've got the game on. He's offside. Anyway, yeah. Have we got any more calls, gentlemen?
This guy's gassed.
I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. You know when you get like that feeling, you're going to sneeze?
Scare him. Say, Bill, stop.
Oh, I told you. I covered my face. Don't worry, I'm one of them ones. I won't shake hands over a while before I wash them. There we go. But listen, look, Arsenal today, I think there has been improvements there. I think look, we didn't even come on here to criticise Ozil, but people talk him up too much. When you've got Arsenal fans phoning up and saying he can get to any team in the Premier League, that changes the direction of the debate.
But I mean, Hazard. But can we all agree that Hazard is the best player in the Premier League?
No.
Okay, who is a better player, ability-wise, than Eden Hazard in the Premier League?
I don't care about ability.
Oh God. Okay, who is a better football player than Hazard in the Premier League?
So okay, for me, I look at a player who is consistently performing. So my issue with Hazard is when he's hot, he is absolutely amazing.
He is piping hot right now. Since the World Cup, he's been piping hot.
We're talking about form and we're talking about consistency. They're different things.
Yeah.
So my point of view is this: I've seen Ozil have spells like this before, where he's looked at the same level as Messi and Ronaldo. Looked at the same level.
What?
I have seen him look like that before. I've seen him have spells where he's been that good, where he's dribbling.
As Messi.
Listen to me. I'm praising your guy here.
No. You said Ozil. I thought I said
no.
Ozil.
I'm talking about Hazard.
Oh, Hazard. Oh,
Hazard.
few.
I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. Okay, yeah, top three. Yeah.
I'm talking about Hazard, right? I've seen him do it, but then I've also seen him go. I've lost it as well. Oh my God! I was like, what's he?
How did you say what like that?
No. You almost gave me a heart attack. When you were putting Ozil in the same category as Messi, I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Man United 2 minutes in, already attacking. Lukaku gets put through. Good save by Ben Foster there. United are going at the traps fast again today. Man United, no parking that bus. But no, my point with Hazard is that I look at him and think, when he's hot, he's right up there. But you will then see him, for me, go through spells of the season where he doesn't perform at all.
Okay, Terry.
And to be considered the best in the Premier League, for me, what you have to do is be like David Silva. It's just consistently always good.
Terry, all I'm asking is, as of right now.
Now on form, he's one of the best, if not the best in terms of current form. Will he sustain that all season? I doubt it.
That's what I'm asking. For me, in current form, I think he's out and out the best. He has no equal in the Premier League.
But in form, he's the best. But being the best in terms of form, like right now, in terms of form, Watford are as good as Chelsea and Liverpool. But are they as good as Chelsea and Liverpool? No. Form is temporary. Class is about consistency. I changed the saying. That's now like owned by me.
Jeez. Copyright.
There we go. Anyone else says that?
Fluas Enterprises.
Hazard is top 3 in the world, man.
Top 3. He's not even top 3 in the Premier League, let alone world.
That's Terry. You can't say that. That's crazy.
Last Arsenal call of the night.
That's mad though.
What?
Can you name 3 players that are actually better than Hazard
in the Premier League?
Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Harry Kane. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Nathan.
Hello, mate. You're Arsenal fan, is that right?
Yeah.
God, give me your thoughts on today's performance. You're the last caller. Make it count.
Come on.
Hey, I thought it was a good game, good play. But the way I've been hearing other fans try to slay Ozil is banter. Because people are there trying to tell me Hazard is better. But, like, if you look at the stats, in 67 less games, Ozil has got 13 less goals and 7 more assists. But people tell me Hazard is better. Are they smoking?
This dude is gonna you're gonna use your money, call up to this show and try and tell me that Mesut Ozil is on the same level as Eden Hazard.
I think he just
that is madness.
I think he just
that is madness. You are crazy.
You think Hazard is overrated? You think Ozil is overrated?
Yes, of course he is.
But you're telling me Hazard is a consistent player. Are you smoking?
Hazard as of right now. Tell me no. Tell me right now. Wait. Chill. Tell me right now. Okay, tell me right now. Who is a better player right now, Ozil or Hazard? As of right now, who is a better player?
It's not about right now.
I'll admit, Hazard is a better player, but he's not a consistent player enough.
Thank you.
I remember watching Hazard rickroll Coquelin, and then a couple of weeks later, I see him turn into ghost against Tottenham.
Get me.
Okay, let's see what happens this season then, because I can promise you that Ozil is going to be a brick this season.
Let's talk about the Chelsea Arsenal game as well. That game, I saw Hazard turn up like once or twice. This time that he was getting kept by Bellerin.
Look, mates. You can't come up and tell me that Ozil is on the same level as Hazard. Ozil will never be in the same level as Hazard. That's just a fact.
I'm not saying it's the same level, but if you say Hazard, if you say Ozil is overrated, I can use that same logic for Hazard.
No, you can't.
You can use the consistency.
You can't.
You can use the consistency logic. I watched Hazard from Christmas until like April last season, and the guy, he may as well not have been. He was meant to be your best player, and he was disappearing.
Hazard at his very best defeats Ozil at his very best. Ozil at his very best.
Hazard is a baller, but if you're going to talk about consistency with Ozil, talk about with Hazard.
Yes.
Hazard can go one season where will smoke every defender who plays the game. But the next season, man will turn into some bootleg World Cup fan.
There you go.
Man spinning around but going nowhere.
I completely understand, mate. Really appreciate that call. Thank you very, very much.
Cheers,
thank you. Cool. We've got a video coming up from Devon from the United States to go out and end the show on. Remember, everyone tuning in, we are live again after Watford versus Manchester United. So make sure, whatever platform you're watching on, come check us out on the UFF channel. We are going to be on my channel, The Football Terrace, the app that is available to download now for free in the description below. So come check that out. And we'll see if United win, get beat. If they get beat, we're going to have numbers. We always do. So that's what's always going to happen. Still 0-0 in that game right now. But I think there's a good debate between the Hazard and Ozil thing. But equally, his logic's right. I don't think Ozil is as good as Hazard when they're both at their best. But for me, to say Hazard is like the best in the Premier League, no. It's about I don't care about form. It's about consistency that gains you that. Because I've seen, oh, wow, good defending. I've seen, like, people like, whoa. The video's ready. I've seen sort of, okay, Kevin Phillips is a great example back in the day. Top goal scorer one year was amazing. You'd never put him in top 10, 20, maybe in 30 strikers in Premier League history because of one amazing year. And that's what's happening with Hazard. It's like 2 months amazing, 1 season amazing. But over the 5 or 6 years he's been here, maybe longer, he's had loads of barren spells. We've got a video from Devon coming up. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care. Smash the like button. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Devon For Real here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just finished watching the Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1. Victory for Arsenal, away win. Happy to get it. St. James Park is always a tough place to play. We looked like absolute shit in the first half. Kind of calamitous defending. Saved by Socrates. Everything kind of switched after the half when we brought on Torreira for Guendouzi. It was beautiful to see. The free kick by Xhaka was stunning. Mesut Ozil scoring on his 200th appearance. I really hate that we conceded late, giving up the clean sheet, but all in all, it's 3 points. I said very early that after our first 2 matches that Arsenal could go on a run, and we've done that. We've secured points where we should, and that's 9 from 9, so I'm happy with it. Up the Gunners. What do you think?
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.